Welcome to Lady Cats Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan alongside TJ Miracle. It's time for softball, and 8 games in, we're bringing you our first game. Of course, this is Lovington home game, hosting Carlsbad, a 5A, 4A tilt, both Battle of the Blues. And Carlsbad, typically very strong in softball and in baseball. Their programs go way deep, way back. And Lovington, of course, is 4-4 coming into this. So a pretty decent early season for them so far under head coach Stephen McCraw with assistants Rose Martin and Coach Gutierrez. And coming in under head coach Santos, Carlsbad Cavegirls are here tonight for a single game, TJ. Not a doubleheader, but a single game under the lights at Wildcat Field.
Yep, just this singleton here. Both teams kind of trying to find their way as, you know, of course, we've called Lovington for years. They played for the state championship 1 year ago. They made it to the last game of the season last year, but a lot of new players and a lot of new faces on this squad after a lot of them moved on. Just looking at their record so far and looking at their schedule, it's a case of, well, they've probably beaten the teams they were supposed to beat,
right,
and they've probably fallen to the teams they were supposed to fall to. Carlsbad graduated an awful lot of girls last year, too, and so they are 2-4 and are a little bit down. So both teams still kind of trying to find their way here in this early season. I mean, there's still a lot of time till district and a lot of softball to be played, but tonight can go a long way towards determining kind of how your season winds up going in the end. It was really the game against Carlsbad here a year ago that sparked the Lady Cats run, and then they just kind of bulldozed through district. You know, of course, always Artesia, but you know, and wind up playing for a state title, but it was a walk-off grand slam in that game that they'd ended it in the bottom of the 7th inning. It was high drama the last time these Cavegirls were here in town.
Yeah, and you know, it seems like Lovington always plays Carlsbad strong, and that's great no matter how the teams are in terms of talent. And over the last 3 or 4 years, Carlsbad has slowly, they were so deep, so packed with talent. And over the last couple of years particularly, they have lost so many seniors, and so much of that talent, a lot of that talent went on, signed with D1 schools, you know, playing, pitching, you know, for Texas Tech, for other schools. And so it's nice to see that kind of talent rewarded, but that does leave the team in kind of a rebuilding mode at this point. But they have a big roster, and you can never count Carlsbad out. And if there's ever a team that will get stronger through the season and peak, it's definitely the Cavegirls. So the Lovington, though, man, they know what that's like. Sometimes that's kind of their MO under head coach Stephen McCraw. They may start out just really solid and just really turn it on and end up playing, even surprising even themselves, you know, and making it to state tournament, and as last year, playing for the state championship. So I'm looking forward to this game tonight. It's a kind of a gauge for both of these teams to kind of see how they are against each other, and yes, harken back to that turning point in the Lovington season last year, and see if you know, if that's going to happen again this year. We expect a good, solid game, and the teams have already done the warm-up. The coaches are at home plate with the umps, shaking hands, making sure they give each other the rosters and so forth, and get the.
And since they've both changed the rosters, I think 3 times since we got here like 45 minutes ago.
They simply have kept adding, you know, some players to it, so both of them. So, you know, we will take a break here in just a moment for national anthem and then get this game underway. But looking at both teams, you know, they running down everything. I think we probably have maybe enough time to go ahead and set the lineup, at least run through it for the Cavegirls. Number 14, Kendra Ortega, playing catcher, is going to be batting first, followed by number 1, Brooklyn Cook. We have her as Cook on the roster. On the coaches' lineup, it looks like Palma. So our apologies, we're not sure which name it is, but it looks like she's batting second and pitching, starting pitcher. And batting third will be number 2, Katrina Ortega at shortstop. Batting fourth, number 6, Michaela Chester, the designated player. Batting fifth will be number 18, Anya Rentner at first base. Batting sixth, the number 10, Daisha Nieto, playing right field. Batting seventh is number 3, Maricela Reyes, who is playing second base. Batting eighth is number 9, Ali Madrid, who is playing in left field. Batting ninth is number 7, Addie Valleos, who is at third base. And number 16, Amaris Martinez, is in center field and is your flex player. Your bench is, or your reserve players, as they are technically known. Number 13, Gracie Meacham. 15, Serenity Medrano. Number 12, Alexis Nieto. Number 5, Addie Smith. And number 17, Emery Bland. And for Lovington, batting first will be number 17, Leslie Corral at shortstop. Batting second is Delilah Ruiz, who is playing second base. Batting third is number 6, Zimri Ellis in center field. Batting fourth is 23, Johanna Ochoa at third base. Batting fifth is number 1, Bethany Tavera behind the plate. Batting sixth is number 12, Braylon Hernandez, your starting pitcher. Batting seventh is 21, Bailey Garcia in left field. Batting eighth is 19, Nini Hernandez in right field. And batting ninth is number 13, Ivory Lopez at first base. Your bench or reserve players are number 3, Shaylin Dunlap. 11, Jezeri Quiroga. Number 20, Avery Sanchez. And number 15, Zoe Ellis. And that is an introduction of the players and the batting order and lineup for both teams, and they are being announced on the field and introduced, and we're going to get this underway on really a beautiful, it's been a hot day, and the sun is setting, and the wind is blowing from right to left as we look straight out. The American flag is, a little bit of a breeze, probably not enough it'll catch some balls up high, but not blowing really strong, so it's a beautiful evening for softball, and the lights are coming on, TJ.
Well, they are. Matter of fact, we just turned the lights on in the press box. 82 degrees as we get ready for the start of this one. Great to have you with us as we get our Lovington baseball and softball underway. After tonight, we'll be back with you on Thursday night for more Lady Cat softball as the Lady Demons of Dexter come to town. And then next week, we will have our first Lovington baseball games for you. So got a lot of baseball and softball between now and state tournament time coming up here in just a couple of weeks.
Well, you bet. It feels like when it gets here, it moves so fast. It just is through in a flash. But a lot of games between now and then. And, of course, what happens when they start district is it's double headers.
Not always.
Really?
I think
Okay.
they've gone. I'll have to double check, but I know baseball has gone to the three-game series, the 1-2 series.
Right. 3 games total for each team.
And I think maybe softball has done that too, but I'll double check
now,
that.
on the schedule, it's still
then it's still doing double headers. Then it is still that.
I looked
because I know
ahead.
some of the districts went ahead and changed their softball to the 1-2 format, one home, 2 away, or vice versa.
Yeah, at least at
so
this
they're getting
point.
ready for the national anthem.
At least at this point, with Max Preps, it looks like double headers when we start district. All right.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, vac trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Hey, welcome back to Lady Cat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan alongside DJ Miracle. Just about to get this Battle of the Blues underway. Lovington 4A, Carlsbad 5A. Early in the season, well, I'd say we're about a third of the way through the season, actually, at this point. And, speaking of which, they, have continue to kind of cut down on the total number of games that are allowed, not just in softball and baseball, but all sports. So not a lot of opportunities to see each team, just a few games, a handful of games at home, and a lot of tournaments, away tournaments, and then back here for the start of district and those district doubleheaders, TJ.
Well, they have, and part of that, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, when they started doing it, especially volleyball, basketball, baseball, softball, things were really getting out of hand, and some of the smaller and less affluent, shall we say, school districts complain that, hey, it's not fair. We can only schedule 10 or 15 or 20 games, let's say 20 games, because that's all we can afford, really, with our district and with the travel in this state. And there's some schools that are scheduling up to 50, and so they came in and said, okay, whoa, let's slow that down.
Try to get
and so it's made
more fair.
A more fair system.
Right.
So it has cut down the games, and it has cut down the opportunities to get a look and to practice a young team. But you roll with what you got, and everybody's in the same boat, so here we go.
All right, here we go. And, of course, Lovington, your home team, out in the field first, and that means Carlsbad up to the plate. 1, 2, 3 is Ortega, Cook or Palma, and Ortega. First pitch in, and it's going to just clip the outside corner, yes. And I recognize this ump, and he has a reputation for calling the corners, and he does so consistently. As long as he does that, everybody knows where the strike zone is, the pitchers, the batters, and he's consistent. I have no trouble with that. I think corners should be called inside and outside. Fastball on the inside, and it just missed low and inside from Hernandez. So 1-1 count now.
And immediately at the start of the game, everybody playing pretty well straight away. The outfield is deep, even though you're going to have to get a charge in one to get it out of here.
And there is solid contact going to deep right field. Coming back for it, though. Nice work by Nini Hernandez out there in right field. Had to drift over towards center in order to catch that. And nice catch, nice grab, first out. So on the third pitch, a fly out to position 9 for the first out. And that brings up Brooklyn. I think we're calling her Cook, I guess.
I think Palma.
Oh, Palma. Okay, calling her Palma because it was.
That was what was in the official scorebook.
Right. So Brooklyn Palma, lefty. First pitch is going to be on the corner inside and a strike. Low, right at the knees. Nice pitch by Braylon Hernandez, your starting pitcher for Lovington.
Braylon saw a little bit of time in relief in a couple of starts last year.
That's going to be high and away for ball 1. So counts even now with 1 out, nobody on, 1-1 count. And on deck is Katrina Ortega, Michaela Chester in the hole. Chester, designated player, batting only, not playing in the field. Now that's going to get away, just kind of get out of the wrist, just a little too much of a twist on that wrist, and late release by Hernandez, sending that high and away.
And last year when we did see Braylon, that was, well, I'll finish here in a minute.
Oh, nice pitch, and he just missed the corner though.
Sometimes she's got good stuff. She's still developing as a pitcher. She could be a little bit inconsistent and at times a little bit wild.
So 3-1 count now. She's got to bring it, try to get it over the plate, or give Palma something to look at. Nope, ball 4, and with 1 out, now we have 1 runner on, and that brings up Katrina Ortega to the plate. Chester on deck and Rentner in the hole. So 1 out, 1 on. Chance actually for Lovington to turn a double play if there's a ground ball infield grounder. So we'll see what happens, or even up and away. Oh, that's up and away. Is that going to fall foul or fair? It's going to go foul for strike 1. On her horse with good speed, Nina Hernandez over there in right field. Could not get to that in time, but still good hustle.
Well, it's very good hustle, but it looks like if you're going to get it over the heart of the plate, these Carlsbad hitters have jumped at everything that Braylon has put over, somewhere middle, somewhere, even vaguely in the middle. They've taken a cut at it.
And that's a changeup that, is going to float just high, trying to sucker Ortega into that one. She let it go, and that will be a ball. So 1-1.
One thing about Carlsbad, traditionally, they are very disciplined at the plate.
Carlsbad has long tradition, decades of solid softball and baseball programs, and they don't lack for really good coaching fundamentals. You rarely see a Carlsbad team that does not have good baseball and softball fundamentals. Oh, a hot grounder is going to go right by second out into the field. Center field, Ellis has got that, throws it in, but it is going to get a runner to third. So Palma, who drew the walk, will be moved to third, and that's a solid stand-up double for Ortega.
So now a little trouble brewing here for the Lady Cats early with runners at second and third and nobody out. They're going to have to worry about cutting off the run at the plate as the cleanup hitter Chester to the plate.
There is one out, that first Ortega.
Yeah, with one down, yeah.
Right, one down. Chester at the plate, Rentner on deck, and Nieto in the hole. Runners at second and third in scoring position, as you mentioned. That hit the outside corner. I was about to say, I think he's going to call that a strike. He takes his time on those, but it certainly looked good from up here. So 0-1 count, one out. Runners at second and third. Ooh, good one. Oh, she did not offer, and that was just a little high, I guess. It was right over the plate, but just a little high. So it was not a call strike, and Chester checked her swing in time. So 1-1 count. And a fast ball is going to miss low. So 2-1 count now, as both runners, second and third, showing a little movement. Good little lead off the bag. Waiting to see if that was going to be hit or not. And a solid hit, line drive shot out to left field. Garcia picks it up, makes a nice throw. It will score one, so that's an RBI single for Chester. RBI single makes it 1-0. Carlsbad up early.
And now Cavegirls at the corners. This is, again, a very dicey situation for the Lovington Lady Cats as Rentner now steps in, runners at the corners, and you've got to be aware of the runner over at first. Probably going to go with second open.
Ooh, nice pitch. Fastball. I think a little frustration by Braylon Hernandez knowing that one run across, and that run that scored was a walk. So a little sizzle in the glove there. 0-1 count on Rentner.
And another good pitch there. She just reared back and threw another fastball right by her. Rentner, I think a little bit antsy there at the plate, has taken a couple of big hacks. Now she's going to have to protect.
Yeah, 0-2, runners at first and third, and there's a swing and a foul ball out of play off to the right. Count remains 0-2. So Rentner, if Braylon can bear down and smoke another fastball by her or hang one right on the outside corner, try to get two outs here and seal off the damage. And that is going to go high, but it'll come back to the catcher, Tavera, fast enough that runner, that's Ortega, stays put at third. However, the runner, Chester, goes to second on that pass ball. I call that a wild pitch.
Yeah, definitely a wild pitch.
Yeah.
I know the pitcher in the room doesn't always agree with my assessments of these things.
Definitely. If the catcher couldn't get to it. A call, strike three. Rentner goes down looking. So first strikeout for Braylon Hernandez at 2 outs now. And Desha Nieto, right fielder, up to the plate. Runners at second and third. It's going to be very important for Lovington to go ahead and try to get this out. I chased down my first mosquito of the spring. And again, Tavera losing that one in the dirt, but the runners dance off of second and third, but stay where they are.
Of course, Tavera seeing her first action this season behind the plate as the varsity catcher. Nai Quiroga and then Honey Morales last year.
And that's going to miss high and away. So 2 balls, but 2 outs, and runners at second and third. Lovington really needs to get this out without giving up any more runs. You give up 1 run, well, for 1 run in the first inning, then you try to just seal off the damage. That's a beautiful pitch. Yes, on the outside corner. Call, strike. Nice pitch. And again, this ump is being very consistent right there. So that's something for Hernandez to remember and really try to work that corner if she can, because right now Carlsbad has been mostly looking at that pitch and leaving it alone. There's a ball. And that's going to miss high for a walk, and that's going to load the bases. Not the worst thing in the world. Now it puts a force on any base, but it also means that you really need to get this batter.
As Coach Santo came over and told Reyes as she came to the plate, make contact, make them work for it.
So bases loaded now. And, of course, the batter not going to give her anything, and that's high for ball number 1. So Hernandez needs to just settle down. She can throw strikes, and you just got to throw the strike and put it up there, and what comes back comes back. Is it a strike? Is it a foul? Is it going to be a hit? And you trust your fielders to try to handle it. And the ball is caught. You trust Nini Hernandez to come in and twice make big catches out in right field. And that seals the deal and keeps the damage at just 1 run given up by Lovington to Carlsbad in the top of the first inning. 1-0 is your score. Lovington coming up to bat. First time we'll be back with it. It's Lady Cat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZR Facebook.
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
Welcome back to Lady Cat Softball at Wildcat Field. In the top of the first inning, Carlsbad scored 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors, 3 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the first, and Lovington coming up to the plate. It is top of the order, Corral, Ruiz, Ellis, as Lovington needs to get that run back and then some if they can, TJ.
Well, they'd certainly like to, and that's going to mean getting the sticks going and going early against Cook Palma in the ring. Palma and Ortega are your battery. Rentner, Reyes, Ortega, Vallejos in the infield first to third. Madrid, Martinez, Nieto outfield left to right.
And here we come. So with the bottom of the first, no outs, nobody on, of course, and leadoff batter is Corral. We want her to be the leadoff hitter. We'll see what happens. Or a walk is as good as a hit. Getting on, that's what Lovington needs. Populate the bases, and Corral has a lot of speed. We know that, not just from her softball past, but also she was an instrumental part of a very solid Lady Cat basketball season this year. And that's going to hit the, no, it just missed. Just missed the outside corner. Although Ortega tried to frame that up for the ump a bit, he didn't buy it. So 2-0 is your count. Oh, a solid line, a solid shot, a grounder right up the middle. Man, that had solid sound to that. A good smack and a single by Corral gives Lovington a leadoff runner.
So now Delilah Ruiz will step to the plate, and Lovington going to try and populate the bases and put some pressure on kind of an untested Carlsbad team, too. A lot of names on here for years with Carlsbad. It felt like we'd been calling those names since, the 1980s. But
right. A lot of fresh ones
A lot of new names now.
You bet. Oh, and that is going to hit the inside corner.
Good reverse break on that. Came through, and trying to dock out of the way of that was Ruiz, and it kind of spun late and came back across the plate for the called strike.
Exactly. A little zig and zag on that pitch. And so Ruiz with no balls, 1 strike. And that's going to even things up at 1-1 with no outs and a runner on first after a solid single. That was a great.
And that was looking for the fastball and getting it right where she wanted it.
And there's a hot grounder, but shortstop picks it up, double playable ball, and they do. Carlsbad turns the double play, and just like that, erases the promise that Corral showed.
Nope, safe at first.
Safe at first. All right. Now I thought they were showing
the ref.
Out.
The ump showed that she'd moved her foot off the bag trying to stretch for it.
All right then.
So Ruiz will actually reach on the fielder's choice.
So Ruiz is on first. And Corral gets thrown out at second, 6-4. And then fielder's choice for Reese. So 1 out. but one on, and that brings Ellis up to the plate. Ellis has a good stick.
She is the leading everything right now in the offensive categories for Lovington here early in the year.
Definitely is a star and a solid hit. Is it going to be out of the park? Is it over? It is out of the park. A 2-run home run for Zimmery Ellis puts Lovington up by 1, 2-1. Beautifully hit. Didn't need much help from the wind to get out of the park in between center and left field, TJ. Lovely shot.
No, it didn't. She was looking for a pitch, and she got it as Palma just kind of hung one up there. I don't know if she was trying to go off speed and it slipped a little bit, but it wound up right in Zim's wheelhouse, and she took it out of here in a hurry to give Lovington the lead. So far, it looks like Palma is struggling with location and control just a little bit. And these Lovington girls, that's one thing they've always done extremely well is move the bats.
Yep, they have. That's one thing. They don't waste a lot of time, and they've got pretty good eyes. They don't just swing at anything. But Coach McCraw really and his assistants have worked with them. I mean, since the days when DePorto was helping out as assistant coach as well, and was really working with the batters. And now they've continued that tradition. So good sticks, and you got to have it. Got to have it. 2-1 right here, and there's a pass ball. I'd call that a wild pitch. Catcher got a glove on it, but it was way outside and low. But
I only note it when there's a runner on the base.
Yeah, there's no harm because there's nobody out there.
I would say, wild pitch.
Wild pitch, yeah. Doesn't really matter because there's nobody
harm,
out there.
no foul.
Right, nobody's going to advance. All it means is it's a ball. 1 out, nobody on. Oh, and there's a changeup. That was a nice one by Palma. And trying to be patient, Johanna Ochoa, cleanup hitter, she waited just a little bit, trying to wait on it, and but still – it messed up her timing, her swing timing just a little bit. Just fouled it off.
Now I would think she might come back with an inside fastball.
Outside, low, and, in the dirt, basically.
Yeah, a roller that is
right?
ball 3.
So 3-1 is your count now. On Ochoa, looking to get on after Ellis cleaned the bases for Lovington. That's going to be high, yep, and Ochoa is going to walk. So now here we go again, and that is going to bring up number 1, Bethany Tavera, the catcher for Lovington. First time up, of course. Here we are in the bottom of the first inning. 1 runner on, 2-1 is your score. And the pitch, way out in front of that one is Tavera, very anxious, I think, to get a piece of that, and swung early and a little under that.
Yeah, I think she determined before Palma ever let that one go, she was swinging.
And Palma actually, it was a bit of a riser, had a little rising action to it late. Now that is going to miss. So 1-1 count on Tavera. 1 out, 1 runner on. Hernandez on deck, Garcia in the hole for Lovington. They can keep everything going, and that was another. Boy, talk about taking some speed off of that, but floated it in there and right in the heart of the zone, and it looked good and juicy. Tavera flinched on it, but did not offer. Call strike 2, 1-2. And a pop-up infield, calling for it's Reyes at second base, and she's got it for out number 2. Ochoa stays put on first. So a little pop-up to position 4 for out number 2 in the books, and that brings up Braylon Hernandez, pitcher for Lovington.
And that's the first time with Palma that we've really seen her changeup, and it is dramatically different speed-wise. She probably takes 15 miles off of it, and that just makes your timing go woohoo.
She doesn't really telegraph that either. What happens is she shortens her step up just a little bit, and if you're watching that as a batter, you have maybe a
bit of a tell,
a little bit of a time to adjust to that and look for that for the change in speed pitch there. And that hits, that just misses the outside corner. So I've got, 1 and 2?
1 and 1.
Oh, 1 and 1, okay. All right, 1 and 1. And that's going to miss. Oh, no. Call strike right at the knees on the outside corner.
Again,
So
she took a little off of that one and just kind of chugged through the strike zone. Hernandez not ready to pull the trigger on it.
I think she thought it was going to be a little bit low, maybe outside, so she gave it a look. But 1 and 2, got to protect the plate here, and swing and a miss. So strikeout number 1 as third out. Hernandez goes down swinging, and that's going to end Lovington's at-bat, but not before they put 2 runs across. 2-1 is your score heading to the top of the second. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcats softball.
We're the pharmacy that you've trusted for over 75 years. Being open for that length of time can only happen with consistency, service, and local engagement. Now Pharmacy has supported the local youth in City of Lovington for over 75 years. When you need a pharmacist, you can trust that Now Pharmacy will be there for your needs. Go by Now Pharmacy located at 122 West Adams in Lovington today. Now Pharmacy, a proud supporter of the Lovington Wildcats.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community, so bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
And welcome back to Lady Cat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZOR Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. Lovington in the bottom of the first scored 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the top of the second, and coming up to the plate, it will be 8, 9, and then back to the top of the order for Carlsbad, Madrid, Vallejos, and then Ortega. So in their first at bat, Carlsbad put 1 run across. We will see what happens. There's a ground ball headed to second base. Ruiz scoops it up, makes the throw over to Lopez for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Can't get any more efficient than that.
No, you really can't, and it was a good pitch there from Hernandez. She took a little bit off of that one, and Madrid came around on it and was thinking it was a lot faster and just kind of dinked it out towards Ruiz at second, who made a nice play and a good throw to get a pretty speedy Madrid.
So 1 out, nobody on, and that brings up Vallejos to the plate. Nice pitch, outside corner, beautiful as Hernandez. I mentioned early, take advantage of an ump who's going to call your corners. Now this ump, if I remember correctly, he's a little more prone to calling the outside corner than the inside corner. And there's a grounder, a hot one over to Corral, and she can't get it. It goes, it goes out to Garcia, who came in on it, made a nice play, a nice stop, and a good throw, and that holds Vallejos on first. But with 1 out, now Carlsbad's in business, and back to top of the order, Kendra Ortega, who had a fly out to right field her first time up. She's 0 for 1.
In the field, you got to get in front of them, and Corral had that time to do just that, but tried to sidestep it, so it'll go in the books as an E6.
E6, yeah, I've written that down, and that's it's always tough to have to write an error, especially on your own team, but she's got time to make that up. Ooh, and that is outside. Again, that hung up in Hernandez's hand just a little bit. Sometimes she has a little trouble with the release, and she twists that wrist just a little bit, either inside or outside, and that ball goes up. It hangs up high a little bit, but there was good speed on that. She's got a lot of potential, and when she's on and really working it, she looks good. She definitely shows promise. Just need some more time, some more seasoning, some more just work, practice, and more game time. So 2-1 is the count. And that misses just a little high and outside as well. She took a little speed off of that, and I think she was trying to paint that corner and maybe get Vallejos to go, or actually Ortega to offer on it, but did not. So 1 out, 1 on. Back to the top of the order. Palma on deck, Ortega in the hole. Kendra Ortega at the plate, and timeout.
Thought that Hernandez was taking just a little bit long. Of course, thing to remember, we'll mention in a minute.
And that is going to, it's going to catch the corner. So call strike and a throw down to first. or throw out, and that sent actually it sent Vallejos scrambling back to the bag. She thought there was going to be a throw coming right there, try to pick her off. Swing and a miss. Got her swinging. Fast ball. Good breaking ball. A lot of speed. Broke late. And Ortega, having to protect the plate with 2 strikes, went after it. Missed, and now 2 outs, 1 on. And it is Brooklyn Palma up to the plate. She walked and scored her last time up. And that is going to miss outside, as she's a lefty who does the drag,
slap.
the slap drag bunt, what we used to call a drag bunt. It's now, it's kind of a slap. And she does get that. A high one over to Garcia in left field, and she makes the grab. Nice work. Garcia drifted over. Kind of watch that. The wind playing with it just a little bit. Garcia with a nice grab out there to end Carlsbad's threat. So 3 up, 3 down. And that is going to do it with no score. Lovington did their job, and now they will get a chance to increase their lead. We'll come back with more Lady Wildcat softball coming up.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve. It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
All right, no runs and no hits. 1 error, 1 left on as Carlsbad goes down. 4 up, 3 down, and no runs scored means Lovington still a 2-1 lead in this one. Bottom of the 2nd inning, and coming up to try to increase the score. It's the bottom of the order. It'll be 7, 8, 9. Garcia, Hernandez, Lopez for Lovington. First trips up to the plate for these next 3 batters, first 3 batters. And a swing and a miss as a change up by Palma on the first pitch, and that's gutsy. But sometimes you get a slugger up there, and as a pitcher, you see that they're anxious and they're really wanting to just tear into it, and you throw up something soft and sweet and slow and see if they'll go for it because they're anxious to hit, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. But then Garcia came back, got some contact on the next pitch, and now quickly down 0-2.
And Garcia does have a little pop in that bat. When she can find one she can handle and get around on, she can send it a long way.
She sure can. And she's doing a nice job out in left field as well tonight. And swing and a miss. So she goes down swinging, and that's the 2nd strikeout for Palma.
Might have chased one a little out of the zone there, as I think
she was protecting the plate a little bit with 0-2 count on her. But yeah, she could have left that one alone and maybe still been alive at the plate. But as a batter, sometimes it's hard to tell.
Easier said than done.
That's right. That's true.
Easy to say that sitting up here, I know.
All right, so 1 down at Hernandez to the plate. Right field, already having a good game, made a couple of grabs, good catches, nice snags out there. Yep, that hit the outside corner, a kind of a softer one by Palma as well. I think she's seeing that Lovington, and that happens sometimes. When you have a good hitting team, they're usually practicing against good pitching, and so they're good at hitting your faster stuff. They might not be as good detecting the change-ups and the slower and off-speed pitches.
Well, and especially with Palma being a lefty, too, that can sometimes change the way you pick the ball up if you're used to hitting righties, which is what most of the pitching is you're going to face.
So 1-1 count, and that's going to just miss outside, high and outside. So 2-1 is your count now on Hernandez. That's Nini Hernandez playing right field for Lovington. So 2-1 count, 1 out, nobody on. Lovington looking to try to populate the bases, increase their lead. Oh, and there is a changeup. And Hernandez's bat was
that thing is wicked.
Yeah, and her bat was about 6 inches short to be able to reach that one as well.
Again, I would say probably 15 miles difference between the fastball and that changeup, and that just ruined your timing.
Yeah. And Palma's working it really well. Oh, and swing and a miss. Not even, I would dare say, she's probably going to hear from the coaches, keep your eye on the ball, swinging around, not even making eye contact on that probably. So, but already with 2 strikes on you, yeah, the pressure, you feel the pressure at the plate, and you just get ready to try to protect the plate and swing at stuff. So 2 outs now, nobody on. And that's going to bring up number 13, Ivory Lopez, your first baseman, left-handed hitter. Floats one high and outside. I think that was just kind of a mistake. I think, again, that kind of got hung up in her hand. I think she changed her mind on what she was going to throw and just didn't execute. 1 ball, no strikes. That's going to be a call strike to even things up, 1-1 on Ivory Lopez.
Of course, our first lefty-on-lefty matchup of the night. And if Lopez can find a way on, turns it back over to the top of the Lovington lineup.
And a swing and a miss.
Again, just a little bit of a changeup, and Lovington has been well out in front of it. If they can ever dial in on that, they could really start doing some damage. But until they do,
they're really falling.
They're kind of flailing and falling.
They are. So they'll just need to kind of work on that. Just kind of watch that, work on that, because Palma's realizing you work it to death. When you find a pitch that's working against another team, you'd ride that thing until they start hitting it, and then you figure something else out. And that's exactly what she's doing here. But she's varying things enough. Whoa, that narrowly missed coming into the booth and maybe hitting our camera. So
she might not have liked something we said. If I thought it was coming for the camera, I would have tried to protect it.
It was to the left. You had a better angle on exactly where it was coming, but it almost came through our window on that one. So, but as it was, it just remains 2-2 count. And that's going to miss. A little sizzle in that, though. What Palma is doing is varying her speeds a lot. She's not just throwing the changeup, and her changeup is not always the same speed or in the same spot. She really is moving the ball around and changing those speeds, and it is keeping Lovington a little bit, their timing a little bit off. There's a swing and contact to protect the plate and keep that at 2-2.
Came in on the fists a little bit.
3-2 now, actually. Full count.
So came in on the fists a little bit. Lopez got a piece of it to stay alive.
And that's what she needs to do, full count. She's trying to find one. Boy, she has a really open stance and makes contact. Again, fouls out of play into the stands. I don't know if they still give a Coke if you catch a foul ball and turn it back in or not.
I don't think so.
No? Well, it's the cost of everything going up. Maybe for every third one.
Yeah.
Maybe
every third
3.
one, yeah. Now, I know I was talking to our GM, Aaron Forrester, of course, played baseball at USW.
Right.
Back when it was CSW, but working on some promotions, including Banana Ball for later in the year, which is a big deal. And I guess there's a rule in Banana Ball that if a fan catches a foul ball, it's an out.
Oh, really? That's funny. Okay. All right, so back to play here. Full count on Lopez, and she works the walk, takes her base. So with 2 outs, Lovington has a hope here of maybe scoring another run, and it's a 2-1 ball game right now. Lovington up by 1 here in the bottom of the second.
And that stops a streak of 3 straight strikeouts for Palma, and Corral, who did single to center her last time up and got good lumber on it, steps in.
What I will say is that Lovington is going down swinging. They have yet to go down looking at pitches. They are,
all
they're
3
a
of
team
them are swinging.
Yeah, they're a team of hitters, and they're going to try, even when they don't make it, they're going to try to get contact on that ball, even if they end up striking out. And that's going to miss low and away as Ortega keeps an eye on Lopez over at first. So 2 outs, 1 runner on, bottom of the second inning. Lovington up 2-1 over Carlsbad. There's a high fly ball, but it's a pop. I thought it was going to get out to right field, but I think the wind just hung that up a little bit. Reyes makes the grab, and it's 4 up, 3 down as Corral pops up and out to position 4 for out number 3, and score stays right where it is, 2-1. We're going to go to the top of the third inning. Lovington up 2-1 over Carlsbad. More Lady Cat softball coming up.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And welcome back to Lady Cat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZOR Facebook. In the bottom of the second inning, Lovington scored no runs on no hits and no errors. 1 runner left on base. That brings up top of the third. And Carlsbad coming up. It's 3-4-5, heart of the order. As your score, 2-1, Lovington leading, but Carlsbad, of course, always solid. And we're still early in the game. And Katrina Ortega will lead things off. Chester on deck, Rentner in the hole. And still in the circle for Lovington, Braylon Hernandez, your starting pitcher. First pitch is going to be high and away for ball number 1. Ortega giving that a look. Ortega hit a double and got stranded her first time up, so she's 1 for 1. Hit a ringing double, really solid hit out to outfield. That's going to miss outside as well. She brought the ball down a bit, but still missed outside. So 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. This Ortega's second time at the plate. High fly ball. Is it going to drop in fair territory? It was fair. It was fair. And diving for second, she's going to get.
Wow, they got her,
didn't
they?
Did they get her? Did he say? No,
he
she
said
dropped
safe.
the ball.
Yeah.
I think she dropped the ball, and initially it looked like they were going to get her as Ortega slid in. It was just a bloop pop that fell behind first base.
Bloop pop that becomes a double.
Exactly, that fell in fair territory but bounced out. So it was hard to chase down, and Ortega makes it to second, slides in safely. So no outs, a runner in scoring position at second, and Chester at the plate. She had an RBI single and got stranded her first time up. She is 1 for 1, and the first pitch in is going to be a ball. So no outs, runner on second. Carlsbad trailing by 1, and that ball gets away.
Foul ball.
Yeah, foul. Little contact and goes back. So that will be 1-1.
And I'm a little surprised that Coach Santo is taking the bat out of the hands of his cleanup hitter and having her show bunt on the first 2 pitches.
Don't know if she was just trying, if she was actually going to seriously try to bunt. And that's a swinging bunt and throw down to first base. Is she safe? I think her foot came off the bag.
And they're asking for.
Nope, they're going to say she did it, that her foot was on the base at the time that the runner passed.
But it will advance the runner to third, so it acts
right.
like a sack bunt.
And it was what I call a swinging bunt. Is she swung away, but got enough she just kind of got a piece of that ball. It died right there in front of home plate. But
and now the umps are going to talk about it. Home plate and the field ump going to come over.
I think that probably I think head coach Santos maybe lodged a protest on the call, but the call does stand. So they are going to call her out at first, but Ortega makes it all the way to third. So 1 out, a runner at third now, and Rentner up to the plate. She struck out her first time up. She's 0 for 1. And that was the catcher, Tavera, who made that throw over to first, right?
I think it was Hernandez.
Oh, it was a pitcher. Okay, so 1-3. I wrote down 1-3. And but I was questioning myself after that. So I wrote down 1 to 3 for 1 out.
And that'll be ball 2.
And 2-1 the count now. And Rittner taking a hard look. So 2-1 the count, 1 out, runner at third. Oof, a lot of heat on that pitch. Late breaking action, almost got away from Taveta. So 3 balls. Now Taveta, Hernandez really got to try to get this one in the zone. Yeah, nice pitch, but Rittner got a piece of that, fouls it back to the screen, and now it's a 3-1 count. I thought it was 3-1 before, but I think it's now just 3-1.
Yep, it's 3-1.
3-1 now.
And we do have a little action in the Lovington bullpen going on.
And that misses high. So that's going to put Rittner on first. So runners at first and third now. And Daisha Nieto, the right fielder, up to the plate. She walked and got stranded her first time up.
As it looks like Jazeri Quiroga is warming up down in the pen for Lovington.
All right, so still 1 out, runners at the corners. And a good pitch right down the pike. Nice strike by Nieto, 0-1. And Rittner stays put at first. So a call, strike 1 on Nieto. That is going to be a ball, so that'll even things up as Taveta comes up, threatening to throw, but looked at the runner at third. Hard look.
Yeah, that's a case. You better be very careful if you let that one fly with a runner at third.
Yeah, and that is going to miss low and away for ball 2. So 2-1 the count now on Nieto, 1 out, runners at first and third. Carlsbad at this point trailing by 1 to Lovington here in the top of the third inning. 2-1 is your score. That is going to miss high and away. 3-1 now. So Braylon Hernandez got to find the zone here. She doesn't want back-to-back walks, and although bases loaded again, it's not the worst thing. I think that's going to catch the corner. Yeah, 3-2, full count now.
And just the second full count seed by Carlsbad hitting through 2 1/3.
Nieto just watching that. She worked the walk her first time at bat. Beautiful ball. It's a slow roller. Reyes going to pick it. Ruiz going to pick it up and fire over to first. No time. That was smart. No time to get the runner at home. So instead of wasting the throw, she takes a sure out. And Lovington trades an out for a run. And now we're tied up 2-2.
So the sacrifice RBI. And now you've still got a runner in scoring position for the Cavegirls as Rittner moves down to second, and now Reyes to the plate, who flew out to right her first time up.
Yeah, second baseman Reyes watches that one come in low and inside. Taveta losing the handle on it just briefly, but comes up threatening to throw. 2 outs, a runner on second. And an 0-1 count on Maricela Reyes, who had a fly out to right field her first time up. She's 0 for 1. Beautiful ball.
Probably not going to see a better pitch than that all night.
Has not a lot of speed on it. Came right down the pike, right over the heart of the plate.
That's one that Hernandez got away with. Guessed that she wouldn't be ready for it and wasn't.
And that misses high and away.
The one before that, one she just threw in, was screaming, "Hit me out of here."
But that's not a bad follow-up pitch, because she was trying to just sucker her on the outside corner, change up the speed a little bit. Nicely done, but just a little infield fly caught at the shoelaces by Lopez over there. Nice grab. So Reyes has a little sort of a bloop pop, a soft line drive, whatever you want to call it, as pops out to the first baseman for out number 3. So that does it, but Lovington does let one run across, and now we're tied 2-2, and we'll come back with more Lady Cat softball coming up.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
In the top of the third inning, Carlsbad scored 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. So we go to the bottom of the third, all tied up, 2-all, as Lovington comes up to the plate, and it's 2, 3, and 4 due up. Ruiz, Ellis, Ochoa to try to get the bat swinging again, because Lovington now needs to populate the bases and score some runs, break this tie. First pitch is going to hit the outside corner. No, it's a little far out. He just motioned is a little too far outside for ball number 1 on Delilah Ruiz, who had she reached on a fielder's choice her first time up and ended up crossing the plate. So bottom of the third, no outs, nobody on.
And there was that wicked changeup again, but Ruiz held off on it as it ducked low.
So 2-1 is the count now. Ruiz with a good eye. Beautiful pitch, hits the outside corner right at the knees, and that's going to even things up 2-2. As unfortunately, I say beautiful pitch, I'm going to, credit where credit's due. Somebody does something good on the field as a hitter or on offense or defense, you're gonna acknowledge that, whether it's your own team, your home team or not.
Says the pitcher in the room.
Well, it's not just about the pitching, but you make a good play, slide in safe, you do anything. I'm going to acknowledge that. Game acknowledges game. All right, that is a swing and tapped. Just got a piece of it to stay alive. So Ruiz working the full count. It remains 3-2. Looking to get something started for Lovington here in the bottom of the third inning. That is high. She flinched on it. She wanted to swing, but she let it go and instead works the walk. And now Lovington is in business.
Third walk issued.
In business with a base runner and no outs. Zimri Ellis to the plate. She smacked a 2-run homer her first time up, and that's the reason Lovington has the 2 runs that they do. She swings at that one.
Gets a piece of it, but kind of chased one that was low and off speed. She may still be thinking about the one she hit before. I'm pretty sure it landed in Denver City.
It was a solid shot over the fence between center and left, and that misses away. In fact, Ortega does a nice job of not letting that get by her, because given that the eye, Ruiz was ready to go for second.
And I can't imagine that Palma is going to give Ellis a whole lot to get a hold of.
No, not after that. She's going to keep it. She's keeping it low and away, because she knows she's got a potential 2-run homer again right at the plate, and does not. Well, Lovington wants to see a 4-2 score right here with Ellis at the plate. Carlsbad doesn't. Smacks one out. It's going to end up going foul out of play off to the right. Count is going to remain 2-2.
Now you're going to have to protect the plate, and this is an opportunity for Palma to go ahead and pull that changeup out of her back pocket here.
Ochoa is on deck, and Tavetta in the hole, and that misses low and away as well. Boy, I tell you, Palma's really giving Ortega a workout behind the plate. She's chasing down a lot of balls and keeping them from going past her. Keeping Ruiz right at first. Swing and a ground foul off to the left. Ellis definitely making contact. She's a capable hitter, I tell you. She's gonna try to make contact no matter where it is, especially with 2 strikes on her. And that misses high and away. And now Ellis takes her base. Back-to-back walks with no outs. And that brings up Johanna Ochoa, the third baseman for Lovington. She worked a walk and got stranded her first time up.
And there will be a timeout as looks like Coach Santo going to go ahead and make the call, changing pitchers.
Back-to-back walks. He's not given with the score tied right now. He's not going to take any chances. He's going to try to get somebody in there to shut things down.
And that'll be Emery Bland coming on to pitch.
And Emery Bland was a late addition to the roster. I think. Do you think she was just left off, or maybe she was JV? Did she play in the JV game?
Maybe. I don't know.
No, we saw just the tail end of the JV game, which Lovington lost right before the start of the varsity. So taking her warm-up pitches, Bland in the circle, and we'll just go ahead and you want to leave it here or take a little timeout?
Up to you.
All right, let's just we've yapped this long. Let's just go ahead and leave it here. Just remind you, we're here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, all tied up, 2 apiece. Lovington no outs, 2 runners on, back-to-back walks, putting Ruiz on second, Ellis on first, and I think that is Ruiz. She's not. She didn't have a pinch runner come in.
No.
For her, did she? Okay. So far, and you can never tell. Sometimes taking her warm-up pitches, a pitcher coming in during the game can, take her warm-up throws and never put a strike across. Batter steps up there and then zing, 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 and it can go the other way too. They can look great in the warm-up, and a batter comes up and walk. So you never can tell. But finally finding the strike zone on her last warm-up pitch. That is Bland in place of Palma now in the circle for Carlsbad. So no outs, runners on first and second. Lovington trying to break this tie, and one of their big sticks, their cleanup hitter, Johanna Ochoa, at the plate. And she makes contact with the first pitch she sees, but it is foul.
A little bit behind it, and shot it right into the netting in front of the Lovington dugout.
0-1 count. Ochoa working a walk her first time up. Of course, that was against Palma. Beautiful pitch.
Took a little off of it.
Yeah, but she put it right over the plate. A lot of spin on it. Had a little drop action. It kind of dropped late. So 0-2 on Ochoa now. And that hits the outside corner, for call 3. So strikeout coming in relief. Bland with her first strikeout and going down looking. That's the first strikeout by Lovington with the bat on the shoulder. So 1 out now to Bethany Tavetta, catcher, coming up to the plate. Runners on first and second, and that misses inside for ball number 1. 1 out. Runners on first and second. Tavetta at the plate with Hernandez. That's Braylon on deck. Garcia in the hole. And that's going to be a call.
Why were you not swinging at that one?
Yeah, that was a beautiful looking pitch. As Bland, she's interesting so far. This is an early look at her, but she's either really wrong. Oh, line drive shot out to right field, and it misses. It's misplayed. Yeah, and misplayed, and that scores 1. And so that will be
an RBI single for Tavera.
As an RBI single for Tavera, and it removes runners second and third.
And so Ellis will get to third, and Tavera will get to second on the
throw.
E9.
That's right. You're going to call. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, because she had it.
Yep.
She had it in her glove and dropped it off the ground, and that allowed.
I agree.
The run was going to score, but
I agree.
And then we will have a courtesy runner check into the game. That'll be Shaylin Dunlap to run for Tavera.
All right, so runners at second and third, and Dunlap running, and Braylon Hernandez at the plate. So Lovington now has taken a 1-run lead, 3-2 here in the bottom of the third, and that is going to be a call strike at the knees right over the heart of the plate. So 0-1 count on Braylon Hernandez. with 1 out. Runners on second and third. Lovington would like to do some more damage, score some more runs here. And a little grounder making its way to second. Reyes picks it up and then throws, and a throwing error, and going to be safe at first, and that's going to score a run. So a throwing, an E4 is going to put Hernandez on first, and Ellis was able to cross the plate, and that moved Shaylin Dunlap over to third. So runners at the corners now, just 1 out.
So Hernandez went from being a 4-3 sack RBI to being an E4 on RBI.
Right.
And now 4-2, Lovington up.
And the first pitch into Garcia is going to be a ball. Garcia at the plate at Hernandez. That's Nini Hernandez on deck, and then Lopez in the hole. Again, 1 out. A 1 count, or 1-0 count.
Ooh, bad throw down to third. That'll get a run home.
That's right. Bad throw and bad idea right there. Bad execution.
So an E2, the third error of the inning, will score the third run.
Boy, you know, we talked about
as Dunlap comes in and Hernandez goes to third.
Dunlap was a courtesy runner, and Hernandez sitting on third now, and that means 3 runs have crossed.
Ooh,
and
ding dong.
5-2, and there's a hit batter as Garcia will take her base. So wheels coming off for Carlsbad here in this bottom of the third inning. A hit by pitch, the first of the game, puts runners at first and third as Rose Martin, assistant coach for Lovington, there in the first base box, will talk to Garcia.
And I'm not sure. I mean, we've been calling Carlsbad softball a long time between Hobbs and Lovington.
So
I don't remember 3 errors in a game, much less in an inning.
In one at bat. So the exact, and followed by a hit by pitch, with 3 runs across and only 1 out. And Nini Hernandez at the plate. Beautiful pitch. It's going to hit the outside corner. Call strike 1. So 1 out, an 0-1 count. 3 runs across. 5-2 is your score. Lovington leading Carlsbad, as this is the breakout inning for Carlsbad. And yes, or for Lovington rather. That's a call strike on the outside corner. Lovington faithful not liking that. Carlsbad vocal and supportive. So runners at first and third. And a swing on that one as Hernandez decided, you know what, an 0-2 count. She had to protect the plate. She knew that was probably going to hang on the corner, could be called strike, so she made contact, fouled it off, out of play. Count remains 0-2. Ivory Lopez on deck, and then at the top of the order for Lovington, if they get that far, and they would like to. So
keep the train moving.
1 and 2, you want to keep, if you're Lovington, you want to keep an at-bat like this going. Out of reach, high and away for ball 2. 2-2 the count now.
And with the history between these two teams, as far as the way runs and strange things happen late in games, you want to go up by at least 5.
Yeah, if you can. Swing and a soft hit down to short, just picked up and thrown to first, and it will score a run. So it's a sack for Hernandez, and it allows Braylon Hernandez to cross the plate. So 6-2 now, as Lovington trades an out for a run. Happy to do that. And Nini Hernandez, I think she made deliberate contact with that, sending it to the right side of the field, and did her job there. Sack grounder, 4-3 in the books for the second out, and now Ivory Lopez, left-hander, up to the plate. Ivory worked to walk and got stranded her first time up. So 2 outs, a 1-0 count, and that is going to be a little bit high. So 2-0 the count now. Runner at second, 2 outs. Lovington with 4 across in this at bat. They'd like to keep it going. Is that going to be a call strike on the outside corner?
I think you give half that strike to Ortega. That was a frame job worthy of the Louvre.
Yeah, a masterful frame up right there. So 2-1 the count. And that's going to miss just a little outside. No frame is going to save that.
That one probably belongs more in the Roswell Museum of Modern Art.
Hey, they've got some very nice museums there.
I know they do.
And
It's
some
just
galleries. They've got one museum, but they've got two. They've got several galleries. But it keeps the metaphor going, and I
Yes,
like
it
that.
does.
I like the effort. Okay, I like the effort. All right, 2-2, or 3-2 rather. Full count now on Ivory Lopez. 2 outs, a runner on second, and a swing and a miss. So a strikeout as Lopez goes down swinging for the third out, and that ends Lovington's at-bat, but not before they've put 4 runs across. And your score is 6-2 right now, heading to the top of the 4th inning. And we'll be back with more Lady Cat softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZOR Facebook.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Attention shoppers. Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
In the bottom of the 3rd inning, Lovington scored 4 runs, but get this, it was on 0 hits.
1 hit.
Well, one hit. But there were 3 errors, a hit by pitch, and wow, 4 runs. So talk about making the most of it and rattling Carlsbad's cage and getting 4 runs. So 6-2 is your score after and I did not record a hit on that. I had E's everywhere. I had 2 walks. I had 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, the single by Tavera. There was a single to Tavera to right, and then the error
that was it.
advanced the runners.
Oh, okay. See, I wrote it down as an error and completely not as a hit. I put an E9 on that and did not put a single on it.
Yeah,
so
it fell in before the error.
All right.
So.
Okay. I'll agree with you on that. I just did not write it down that way.
And we have a new pitcher in the game as Jezeri Quiroga is on to take over the pitching duties as we go to the top of the 4th.
Top of the 4th, and Carlsbad is 8-9-1 due up and taking Hernandez, Braylon Hernandez, your starting pitcher, did a very nice job for Lovington, by the way. Nice job starting off. Is going to give the ball over to Quiroga. So Lovington, or actually Carlsbad, trying to get some runs back here. First pitch is going to be a soft one over the plate, but low for ball 1. It is Madrid, Vallejos, and then top of the order Ortega due up for Carlsbad. And Madrid grounded out to the second baseman her first time up. This one is a hot grounder, just gets past Corral. It goes out in left field. Garcia there to stop it, though, and make a good throw into second. So Garcia playing well, fielding well out in left for Lovington in this game.
Closing the book on Hernandez, she will go with 3 innings pitched, and both of the runs will be earned. Gave up 3 hits, left 5 stranded, and struck out a pair.
So a single.
And is in line for the win.
A single for Madrid puts 1 on for Carlsbad, no outs, and that brings up Vallejos, the third baseman, up the plate. She reached on an error and got stranded her first time up. Then we turn it over to the top of the order. Kendra Ortega on deck, and we'll see if Palma stays in the game or not as a batter. And that's going to be a strike on Vallejos. So 0-1 count, no outs. And that's a lot of sizzle in the glove on that. Had a late breaking action on it, but broke too much outside for ball number 1. 1-1. Kendra Ortega on deck, and then we have Palma Cook, but she came out as the pitcher, so not sure if they'll move their DP around, and sometimes they do that, or sometimes it'll just be the player who went in as a pitcher, Bland. It may just be Bland, who will go ahead and hit. We'll see. Oh, swing and a miss.
And Quiroga, just an 8th grader. I couldn't remember if she was a freshman or an 8th grader. That's something else about this Lovington team. They are extremely young.
But they don't play young. They look confident out there. They're looking like hey, I belong here, and we're here to play and try to win. And there's a strike. Nice work by Quiroga. As, she gave up a single her first batter she faced, but she strikes out the second one as Vallecos went down looking, right? So
no, she swung.
No, she swung. Okay. I was writing my K down the other way. All right, so strikeout, out number 1, and there's a little pop, a weak pop, and Ruiz comes over, has to come all the way over behind first base to make the grab. Nice hustle. And just like that, 2 outs as Ortega popped it up to position 4 for out number 2 and brings up, going to be Bland.
Have to see when she turns around.
I would believe. And that's going to be a call. Strike on the outside corner, yes.
And, yes, that will be
Yep,
Bland.
It will be Bland, who took over in the circle for Palma. So 0-1 count as 2 outs, 0-1. And a swing and a miss for strike 2. Nice. I like the speed. Quiroga is popping the glove already. Very well. 0-2 count. 2 outs. Runner on first. Golden opportunity for Lovington to just retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. Or 4 up, 3 down. We'll see what happens. That one missed. Quiroga with a little change of speed pitch, but it hangs up high. She's got a couple of, balls to give, though, so not a problem. And that one, she comes low, and ready for it and protecting the plate was Bland, but she fouls it back to the screen. Count remains 1-2. 2 outs, a runner on first. Here we are, top of the 4th inning. Lovington is up 6-2, has a 4-run lead on 5A Carlsbad, a younger rebuilding mode team for the Cavegirls, but still. Oh, okay.
Wow.
And a change
she held
up.
it up.
A change up. A watermelon comes across high and outside, and Bland almost fell for it.
Gonna say that the wrist did not break and the plane was not broken.
So count is 2-2, and there she goes. All right, she got it though. Hung in there, and Bland strikes out, and Quiroga scores 2 strikeouts coming in relief of Hernandez. Not bad. 4 up, 3 down. So 1 run, actually no runs on 1 hit. Just 4 batters faced, and your score remains 6-2. We'll be back with more Lady Cat softball as they come up to the plate in the bottom of the 4th inning. More.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
Stone Oilfield Services says many traffic fatalities may be caused by an intoxicated driver. So do yourself and your community a favor and remember the 3 C's of safety: caution, courtesy, and above all, common sense. Safe and sober driving is everyone's responsibility. That message was from Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington, a name you can trust and depend on. For quality and integrity, call 575-396-1840. From the Stone family and staff at Stone Oilfield Services.
And in the top of the 4th, Carlsbad scored no runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th, Lovington coming up to the plate, and they have a 6-2 lead, and it will be top of the order for Lovington. Well, actually, it'll be 2, 3, and 4. It'll be Ruiz, Ellis.
No, it'll be 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I had that right first time. Okay. All right. Shouldn't doubt myself. All right. Yeah, Ivory Lopez struck out to start this one off. Leslie Corral, top of the order. Corral, Ruiz, Ellis for Lovington. Oh, that's a good pitch. It comes in, and it's a call strike over the plate at the knees. So that is Bland recording another strike. Here we are. Bottom of the fourth, 0-1 count. And that's going to be another strike. So 0-2 on Corral. Corral popped out to the second baseman her last time up. She singled and got stranded her first time up. She's 1 for 2. And a swing and a little pop-up, a little line drive shot to Ortega at shortstop. And Corral with a line drive out, and kind of a soft line drive. But a catch by Ortega at short.
And now we've got Zoe Ellis on to pinch hit for Ruiz.
So Ellis will come in. Ruiz had walked and scored and gotten on base with the fielder's choice and scored. She had crossed the plate twice. Now Ellis takes a cut at the first pitch she sees, swing and a miss for strike number 1. So 0-1 on Ellis, 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the fourth, Lovington up by 4. Swing and a foul back out of play off to the right for strike number 2 on Ellis. Zoe Ellis, a late addition to the roster in the book. To the lineup, I should say, the coach's lineup. That's going to miss just outside. Nice eye by Ellis to let that go. 1-2.
And another 8th grader in Coach McCraw's system.
Swing and a little grounder right back to the circle as Bland picks it up and gets it over to Rentner. 1-3 in the books for out number 2. And that brings up Ellis. Batting in the third slot, playing center field. 2-run homer her first time up. She walked and scored her second time up. So she's crossed the plate tonight twice for Lovington. Would like to make it 3. So 2 outs, nobody on. Is that going to hit her? Did the river dance to keep from being hit. I thought she
managed to go, what is it they call it in ballet, on point? To get out of the way of that one?
I think she just hopped over it. And that's going to be a call strike on the inside corner as Ellis thought that was a little too inside, let it go. And that might be the place to pitch to her if she doesn't scoot back and give herself some room to make contact with it. She does crowd the plate just a little, even though she's a capable hitter and doesn't have many weaknesses as a player at all. So 2-1 the count on her. And now 3-1 the count.
And she was getting ready to take off, and she was like, oh, yeah, you called that strike on me a minute ago.
So 3-1. She did work a walk her last time up. I mean, and that shows a good batter. I mean, she's not so anxious to hit that she's going to go after stuff that she can't launch. But if she gets something that's launchable, she's going to send it out of the park. She works her second walk of the night and becomes a base runner with 2 outs. So 2 outs, a runner on first. Johanna Ochoa, third baseman, up for Lovington. She walked and got stranded. She struck out, so she's due. Cleanup, or she's batting in the cleanup position for Lovington and would love to prove that tonight. Chance to do that right here. Lovington would like some more insurance runs. There's a fly ball. It's going to go foul. It'll stay inside the fence, but becomes a strike for her. They send that ball back in, so 1-1 is the count on Johanna Ochoa. With a runner at first, that's Ellis working the walk. And a swing and a miss as Bland took a little speed off of that, sent it a little bit low over the plate. And Ochoa, her timing off just enough that she missed that.
Coach McCraw pointing at the eye.
Said,
keep an eye on it.
Gotta watch it. So 1-2 is the count now. And brings the heat on that, but misses the zone. So 2-2. Tavera is on deck, and Braylon Hernandez in the hole. Although Braylon may not bat since she was taken out and replaced in the circle. There's a foul that will just keep the count at 2-2. Ochoa would like to have a hit here. Ochoa is another one capable of parking it. She gets one. And instead, she swings and misses and strikes out, and that does it. So 4 up, 3 down for Lovington. They threaten but come up empty. And the score remains 6-2. We move to the top of the 5th inning. We'll be back with more Lady Cat softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook.
Listen up. B&B Rentals and Services has got dumpsters. Can you believe it? 30 and 40-yard dumpsters. These guys are a contractor's dream. B&B Rentals has light plants, porta-john trash trailer combos, office trailers, emergency and recovery trailers. Conveniently located in Lovington, B&B can serve you anywhere in Lee County and the surrounding area. Find B&B Rentals LLC on social media, and if you can remember the number, call 396-1722. B&B Rentals and Services.
When it comes to your hard-earned money, selecting the right bank is vital. Hi, I'm David Campbell, president of First American Bank in Lovington. First American Bank in Lovington is part of this community. So bank with trusted partners you know, and trusted partners that are part of this area we call home. First American Bank offers all the advantages big corporate banks do, and we do our banking with hometown support and commitment. Choose First American Bank, 19 West Washington in Lovington. We want to earn your trust, then earn your business.
And welcome back to Lady Cat softball from Wildcat Field, Lady Wildcat Field. We go to the top of the 5th inning. In the bottom of the 4th, Lovington scored no runs on no hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. That was the walk that Zimri Ellis drew. But Carlsbad up to the plate now. The heart of their order, 3, 4, 5. Ortega, Chester, Rentner, as they are trailing by 4 runs. 6-2 your score. Lovington up in this one. As we Carlsbad just 3 more at-bats here to try to get those runs. Lovington wants to keep them shut down and score their 5th win of the season. Swing and contact out of play off to the right for strike number 1 on Ortega. She hit
a couple of doubles.
Yeah, she hit a double, got stranded, and then she had a double and scored her second time up. She's 2 for 2. And swing and a miss, as that just was a real miss by Quiroga.
Yeah, complete Quiroga. I think that one slipped a little bit.
I
It was
think it
supposed to
did.
be a curve, but it went way across,
yeah.
and Ortega was sitting
Just
on something that wasn't there and waved at it.
The mechanics of that pitch just kind of broke down a little bit on Quiroga, but it was okay. Tavera corralled it and then follows it up with, again, another ball. So 1-2 is the count. Or actually, yeah, 1-2. I've got it right. And that is going to be 2-2. So count even now on Ortega. No outs, nobody on. Chester on deck, Rentner in the hole. Carlsbad looking to dig themselves out of a bit of a hole here, and Lovington hoping to keep them there. Contact sends it back to the screen to stay alive at the plate. Ortega certainly capable of solid hits. She is she's the best hitter of the team for Carlsbad today. Now there have been a couple of singles, but she's got 2 doubles, and there's a pop foul going for it. Was that the Ruiz or was that Lopez? Lopez at first, and both of them, as they were both going for it. Lopez had the better shot at it.
And that is Ellis at second now.
Oh, okay. Ellis at second instead of Ruiz.
Zoe Ellis.
Right. So good hustle, but that just count remains 2-2 on that foul ball near the dugout. There's a grounder going right to Ellis. She scoops it up, makes a good throw, and 4-3 in the books for the first out. Nice work by Lovington. So 1 out. Michaela Chesner, the designated player for Carlsbad. She had an RBI single her first time up. She got stranded, and then she grounded out to the pitcher her second time up. So she's 1 for 2. And the first one is going to miss outside for ball 1. So 1-0. 1 out, nobody on. As Rentner on deck and Dacia Nieto in the hole for Carlsbad, if they get that far. Oh, and there's a sucker pitch as Quiroga threw up an off-speed pitch. Nice one that clipped the outside corner. I think it would have been a call strike. It dropped through the zone, and Chester could have swung on that 3 times before it got to the plate. Oh, and she broke the plane on that. So back-to-back strikes by Quiroga. 1 up, 1 down. So Chester with a 1-2 count on her. And a swing and a miss as Quiroga brought the curve breaking ball outside, and Chester went after it. Bat was about a foot too short to be able to make that one.
That'll be her 3rd K since coming on in relief.
Yes, and they've all gone down swinging so far on Quiroga. So 2 outs, 2 up, 2 down. And that is going to bring up Anya Rentner, first baseman, to the plate for Carlsbad. Walked and got stranded her last time up. And did it just miss? It did.
Yep.
Just missed. Ump said it was just a little outside.
It was close.
Yeah.
But not close enough.
So 1-0 count on Rentner. She struck out her first time up. Oh, swings under that one, and a little off speed as well. She tried to be patient and adjust the timing on her swing. Just couldn't do it fast enough. So 1-1 count, 2 outs, nobody on. This would be great if Lovington could just go ahead and get this batter 3 up, 3 down. And a swing and a miss. Nice work. Quiroga painting that outside corner. You find a pitch that's working, you just stay with it until they start hitting you, and then you figure something else out. 1-2. Beautiful. Another, caught just a piece of that to stay alive as Rentner caught the end of the bat.
And Lovington trying here for the first clean inning for either team of the ball game. First 1, 2, 3.
Right. We've had some 4 up, 3 downs by both sides, but not a 3 up, 3 down. Not yet. This could be the one. 6-2 your score. Lovington still up by 4. And a nice pitch and a swing and a miss as took a little off of it and got tagged by Tavetta. Rentner decided not even to try to make it down, so strike out. So put out a ground out to the second baseman, and then 2 strikeouts. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Lovington leading 6-2. They come to the plate, and we'll have more Lady Cat softball coming up.
For over 25 years, Eunice Pump and Supply has been more than just a business. They've been a part of the heartbeat of Eunice. From the oil fields to the classrooms, Eunice Pump and Supply is all in backing the athletes, cheering on scholars, and investing in the future of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply takes pride in their hardworking team, their dedication to excellence, and most of all, the youth. Visit Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, and now proudly serving Lovington at 321 North Main. Your hometown partner and a proud supporter of Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, local, loyal, and proud to serve.
For 75 years, the Gandy family has been providing outstanding, well-rounded, and diversified services in our oil field community, as well as our proud hometown communities in Lovington and Tatum. Gandy Corporation's family work environment for over 50 members inspires the best in all of us to rise to the top and do our personal best. The Gandy Corporation family is a strong supporter of Lee County's youth and the biggest fan of the Lovington Wildcats. Let's go Wildcats!
Welcome back to Lady Cat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZY Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and here we go with the bottom of the 5th inning. Lovington coming to the plate. They lead by 4 runs, 6-2 your score, and it is 5, 6, and 7 due up for Lovington. Tavetta, and then it will be not batting for, it'll be Quiroga.
Hernandez.
It's Hernandez still in batting. Okay, Hernandez still. She was a starting pitcher, but Quiroga in relief for Hernandez. But Tavetta, Hernandez, and Garcia due up for Lovington. And Tavetta reached on. She had a single. Her last time up, popped out to the second baseman her first time up. So she's 1 for 2. Watches a high one come in, hang up for ball 1. So 1-0 the count, as Lovington would like to put a couple more insurance runs across That's going to miss. Just barely missed Taveta. I think missed hitting her. So 2-0 count with Bland in the circle for Carlsbad, coming in relief of Palma. Swing and a miss, as I think that was right at the letters. Probably would have been a called strike. And I don't know how Taveta missed that one, actually. She just hit, I think she swung just a little under it, under or over. There's a hit right up the middle, right out to center field. Martinez going to pick that one up and throw it in, but solid hit by Taveta. Puts her on with a single, a leadoff single.
Didn't miss that one, although it's a good thing that Bland's arm is about 2 inches, not 2 inches longer, or that would have been an out.
Single.
And we will have
right
a runner in. That'll be Avery Sanchez on to run this time for Tavera.
Okay. And Hernandez up at the plate. Where is that, Quiroga?
Nope, that's Hernandez.
That's Hernandez, okay. Ooh, and that was a call strike on the inside corner. Is that what I saw?
Yep.
I think it was. All right, 0-1 count, no outs. Runner on first. Garcia on deck at Hernandez. Nini in the hole. That's going to miss inside in the dirt for ball one. 1-1 count. As this game has stretched out to almost an hour and a half long here. You're in the bottom of the fifth. Swing and a little pop bloop. It's going to go to Reyes. Reyes then tries to catch the Sanchez off, but does not. So safe at first, Sanchez, but there is one out now as Hernandez with a little pop out to position 4. And that brings up Bailey Garcia, left fielder for Lovington, up to the plate. Hit by pitch and stranded her last time up. Struck out her first time, so she's due. 1 out and an 0-1 count on Garcia. Swing and fouls that one out of play for strike one.
And it is Quiroga on deck. You've been trying to get her to the plate, and she's on deck.
And so finally she is there. All right. Bailey Garcia with a couple of strikes on her. She has seen some action out in left field, played solid game in the field for Lovington. Just wants to get her bat working in the game. That one hangs up. In fact, it gets out of Ortega's reach and is going to move the courtesy runner over to second. So Sanchez will move into scoring position for Lovington, running for Tavera, the catcher, as a pinch runner or courtesy runner. That, well, that was going to be high and outside. Garcia decided that she just wanted to try to launch that one, try to hit that one. She made contact but fouls it out. Count remains 0-2, or 1-2 rather. Nini Hernandez on deck and Ivory Lopez in the hole, and that
chased it.
Yep. So she goes down swinging. Bailey Garcia. So that's out number 2. Out number 2, and Quiroga will come to the plate, batting in place of Nini Hernandez. And that misses high and outside. Ortega grabs that one to keep it from getting past her, because I think that Sanchez would have been sitting on third had that gone past.
And you do have Shaylin Dunlap on deck.
So Dunlap, a pinch batter or substitute batter. 2-0 is the count now. 2 balls, no strikes on.
So with Sanchez running, everybody on the roster's been in the game.
And I think that's good. Coach McCraw is very good about getting players in.
Well, you can't get them experience if they're not playing. And again, just 2 seniors on this team.
Yeah.
I think just 1 junior.
So 3-0 is the count now. And you got to think the take sign was on, and Ortega did frame that one a little bit. That was just right on the edge, and she moved that, and the ump, who does call the corners, decided that, yes, that was a strike, a call strike, but then follows it up with a walk. So there's a little softball karma there for you.
Second walk issued by Bland, 6th overall for Carlsbad pitching, And so now Dunlap will step to the plate for her first at bat.
So Shaylin Dunlap in place of Ivory Lopez, first baseman. Lopez had walked and struck out. Dunlap will get in and have a chance at the plate. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, 2 on for Lovington, up by 4 here in the bottom of the 5th. And that is going to be, it's going to clip the corner but be a little low and be a call, ball 1. One and 0 the count on Dunlap. Swing and a little roller, could be trouble. As, I think, are they going to say she's safe?
Her.
No, they got her. Man, that was a wild play.
3-4 for out number 3.
As the first baseman came over to get it, and the second baseman, Reyes, went over to cover first. So you don't see that, you don't see that every day. 3-4 for the third out. So 1, 2, 3, 5 up, 3 down as Lovington threatens but does not put a runner across. Remains 6-2. We'll be back with more Lady Cat softball coming up.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
And in the bottom of the 5th inning, Lovington scored no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, 2 left on base. We go to the top of the 6th inning, and it is 6-7-8 due up for Carlsbad. They trail 6-2, and it'll be Daisha Nieto up first for Carlsbad. She had a sack RBI her last time up. She walked and got stranded her first time. She's looking for her first true hit of the game. And Quiroga in the circle for Lovington, trying to deny her that. First pitch is outside for ball number 1.
She's actually looking for her first official at bat of the game.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say she's really
0 for 0.
Yeah. So the walk does not count, and the sack RBI, even though she got an RBI, still
0 for 0 with an RBI.
0 for 0, yeah. You don't see that a lot. Second one misses as well. Outside for ball 2. 2-0. And that was going to be a strike, and Nieto does swing at it, but fouls it off out of play to the right for strike 1. So 2-1 is your count. Reyes on deck, and Madrid in the hole for Carlsbad if they keep to their lineup. So 2-1 the count. And that's going to miss low for ball 2. Even the things up.
Actually, it's 3-1 now.
Oh, 3-1. 3-1, sorry. Somewhere I got off there. All right. And there's a grounder, a chopper over to Corral, and it gets by her.
Another error.
Yep, as Ellis is right there backing her up, though, from its center. And so Corral, kind of a rough night for her at shortstop, but Nieto reaches on the E6. No outs.
Again, some of that's just inexperience, a freshman playing shortstop.
It's true. It's a hot box. It's a hot place, and you're going to get those choppy grounders a lot, and that's
And you've got to get down on them,
yeah,
and you've got to get in front of them so you can at least block them out.
And when you don't have it, this is a natural surface field here. This is not artificial surface. So, again, it can get very uneven from game to game depending on how it's ablated out there.
And I am a little surprised that we haven't gone to the artificial surfaces here yet.
Right. That's a good pitch, but it's swung on and going over for it, making a good grab. Did she hang on to it or no? I couldn't see. Out of play, Lopez was over there trying to make the grab. Did she hang on to it?
I don't think so.
No,
nope, because Lopez is still at Reyes is still at the plate.
So it was a good hustle, though, and a nice try over there, but we were blocked out when she got to beyond the dugout.
Actually, I think that's Dunlap now over at first.
All right. Oh, yep, I think you're right. Dunlap. Pole is in the way of her face. I didn't notice that. Little chopper over to the circle, picked up, thrown 1-3. That's Quiroga over to Dunlap for out number 1. It does move the runner. Nieto goes to second. As 1-3 in the books for out number 1. And Ali Madrid, the left fielder, up to the plate for Carlsbad. 1 out. Runner on second. First pitch floats in. Yeah, right in there. As that was a good pitch to hit. And Quiroga floated that one just right over the center, between the center and the outside corner. Madrid giving it a look, but did not offer. Call strike 1. 1 out, 1 on, and that one is high fly coming over in foul territory, making the grab. Nice work by Nini Hernandez out there in right field. I think that's the third fly that she's caught. So good work out in the field for her. A fly out to position 9 for out number 2.
And did a nice job getting it in quickly to keep Nieto stapled over at second.
You bet. So a runner still in scoring position, but 2 outs now as Vallejos comes to the plate, playing third base for Carlsbad. That's going to miss outside for ball 1. 2 outs, 1 runner on. Lovington up 6-2. Here we are in the top of the 6th inning. Carlsbad running out of time, running out of outs and batters. That's going to be fouled back to the screen for strike 1, so 1-1 count. As Vallejos struck out her last time, reached on an error and got stranded her first time. Third plate appearance. Quiroga leans in, and there's another foul ball out of play. For strike 2, 1-2 the count now. If she can find her way on, we go back to the top of the order with Kendra Ortega. Lovington will like to give it a little grounder back to the circle. Quiroga picks it up, fires over to Dunlap. 1-3 for out number 3. So 4 up, 3 down, and no runs on no hits, no errors.
1 error.
Or 1 error, yes it is. E6 there. 1 error and 1 runner left on. 6-2 your score. We'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball coming up.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Did you know LECO offers fiber internet to your home and business? LECO is the only local fiber internet company. This means a personal touch for local customers. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954. LECO, the only local fiber internet company. Call 370-5010. Keep your internet with a local company. You won't be disappointed. Call 370-5010. LECO, keeping you connected and in control since 1954.
Welcome back to Lady Wildcat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94KZOR Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle, and here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Lovington is going to be top of the order for them. It'll be Corral, Ruiz, Ellis, if they keep to their lineup in the books. They're ahead by 4 runs here.
I think it'll be Corral, Ellis, and Ellis.
Corral Ellis. Okay. Yeah, Ellis went in for Reese at second base, so I guess she's going to bat for her as well. So coming up, Leslie Corral, she's due. She had a single her first time up, got stranded. A pop out and a line drive out.
And decides she's had enough of the elbow guard, so.
She tosses that. First pitch in is going to clip the outside corner for strike number 1.
That's strike 2.
Strike 2. 0-2 the count. Yeah, sorry about that. I was looking down, cleaning up my book during that first pitch to her. And that's a swing and a miss.
And that'll be the 5th K of the ball game for Bland in relief, and the 8th overall for Carlsbad.
Yeah, as Palma had struck out 3 and walked 3 at the time that she left the circle. First out, 1 out, nobody on. There's a hit, a little grounder right up the middle. Not a lot of heat on it, but Bland putting the glove down just a little too late to stop it, and that is going to put Ellis on base with a single.
Ground ball with eyes.
Yeah. So 1 out, 1 on. And that brings up Zimmery Ellis, center fielder, to the plate. She's walked it twice, but she had a 2-run homer her first time at bat. And gets a piece of that for strike number 1. So 1 out, 1 on. 0-1 count on Ellis. Johanna Ochoa on deck and Tavera in the hole. And fouled back to the screen for strike 2. Lovington up by 4 runs, 6-2. They scored 2 in the first and 4 in the third, and they have been held scoreless since then. But they're up by 4, and that's what counts. And right off the tip of that bat with 0-2 count on her, protecting the plate, she fouls that one out of play.
And you would like to see another insurance run come in. Of course, the walk-off grand slam from a year ago, which you're up by the grand slam now, but you'd like to be up by more than that.
And that's going to miss outside for ball 1. Low and outside, 1-2 the count, 1 out, and 1 runner on for Lovington here. Bottom of the 6th. Ellis. Smoking grounder, a hot one right between short and third, goes out to left field. Madrid shuts it down, makes a nice throw in. Not in time as Ellis is there. So Ellis moves to second. And Ellis Zimmery has a single. So back-to-back singles by Lovington. 1 out, 2 on. And a swing and a miss. A lot of pop in the glove on that by Bland.
And a very late swing by Ochoa.
So 0-1. She struck out her last 2 times up. She walked and got stranded her first time up. She's due. She's batting in the cleanup spot for Lovington. Swing and a miss. Did you catch a piece of it? That doesn't
Maybe.
matter.
I mean, there was just a little bit of drop on the end of that, and she came right over the top of it.
So 0-2.
You hate to see 0 for 2 with a walk out of your cleanup spot, especially when she's had the opportunity a couple of times to do some damage.
Yeah, she's just one at bat can redeem a night like this. And she's looking for that one here in this plate appearance. Catches a piece of it, count stays 0-2. It was a beautiful evening. It was a very hot day, and there's a little bit of a breeze tonight blowing from right to left across the field. You can see that American flag in dead center still waving in the breeze. And that breeze does feel good. Our windows are open, and you wouldn't know that it's, March 24th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like a June night to me here.
At least one in late May.
But what's nice is no flies, no mosquitoes, really. I think I saw one mosquito earlier. Oh, that's fouled off out of play as well. Count remains 0-2 as as Ochoa hanging tough at the plate. What is about the sixth pitch he has seen, I think. And a swing and a miss. Got her. Out number 2. A rare 2 outs, 2 runners on.
And the 9th strikeout of the night for Carlsbad pitching.
And that's the 6th strikeout for Bland, who came in relief of Palma. Tavera to the plate. That's going to miss high and outside. Ball 1. 2 outs, runners at first and second for Lovington. They're up by 4, but they'd like some insurance runs. This is Carlsbad after all. Ooh, that hits the outside corner. Going to be a call strike. Yep, little pop in the glove on that. Tavera with a single, got stranded her last time up. Single and scored. And a pop. Oh, and this is going to be up. As that is going to do it. So 3rd out as Tavera makes contact but gets thrown out. 3rd out. And that's going to end the threat. Lovington puts 2 runners on but can't bring them around. So the count or the score remains 6-2 here. We go to the top of the 7th. Last at bat and chance for Carlsbad. They trail by 4, and we'll be back with more Lady Wildcat softball coming up.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
And welcome back to Lady Wildcat Softball on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZY Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan with TJ Miracle. And in the at bat for Lovington, as they threatened but could not bring runners around. There were no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. So we go to the top of the 7th inning, and it's top of the order for Carlsbad, as it'll be Ortega, Bland, Ortega. Their last chance, they got to put 4 across to tie it, 5 to move ahead and force an at-bat by Lovington. Lovington can shut him down right here and end the night a little early. 6-2 your score. Quiroga back in the circle for Lovington. And first pitch is going to be a watermelon. It hangs up a little high, though, and Ortega lets it go. So ball 1. 1-0 the count. Kendra Ortega at the plate. Catcher for Carlsbad, followed by Bland and Ortega. That would be Katrina Ortega, the shortstop. Quiroga taking her time. Oh, and that one, something went wrong with the release on that. Looked like it might have hit her hip, and that happens sometimes, or it might have just turned her wrist a little too much. Missed the release point. So, but no runners on, no harm. Gets past Tavera. 2-0 the count. Lovington needs to settle down, just work on getting 3 outs and shutting Carlsbad down, not giving them an opening to launch a comeback here in their last at bat. That's going to miss in. Oh, no, it's going to clip the corner as the ump calls that one on the inside corner. 2-1 the count now. Ortega popped out to the second baseman her last time up. She's also struck out and had a fly out to right field. So she is over. Swing and down the third base line goes foul, though. Count goes to 2-2 now. So 2-2, good chance for Quiroga to go ahead and get rid of this batter. Getting a first out on your leadoff batter is a good psychological move if you can. That is out of play. Hits the Lovington dugout. Count stays 2-2. What is the is a generator going
I believe there's a
outside?
generator going for the food truck.
Ah, food truck. That's what it is. I guess I hadn't noticed it up till now. It just all of a sudden sounds very loud. And a swing and a grounder headed to Corral. She picks it up, fires over to Dunlap. Yeah, nice work after a couple of errors at shortstop. Corral redeeming herself, handling a hot grounder with a nice throw. 6-3 for out number 1. And that's how you do it. 1 out, nobody on. Emery Bland, pitcher for Carlsbad, relief pitcher to the plate. Struck out her last time up, and that misses high and away for ball 1. Katrina Ortega waits on deck, and Michaela Chester in the hole if they get that far. Lovington would like to shut things down. 3 up, 3 down. That misses inside for ball 2. Some encouraging words for Quiroga in the circle to just settle down and get the batter. Just a little high and outside for 3-0 now. Just got to throw a strike, put it in the zone, and trust your fielders. Don't want to issue a walk and open the door for Carlsbad.
And Quiroga has not issued a walk since coming on in relief.
Beautiful pitch. Oh,
I shouldn't have said anything because it's the announcer's curse.
Yeah, and I thought that caught the corner, and some of the Lovington faithful thought so as well, but the ump says, take your base.
Is Coach McCraw going to go out, have a word with the youngster, and bring the entire infield in?
Yeah, I think he wants just to make sure that his players realize the importance of shutting Carlsbad down here and not letting that walk give them an opening to build on that and come back.
Of course, don't forget, after tonight, we'll be right back here, 7 o'clock on Thursday night, with Dexter coming to town. Right here, Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. Z94 Facebook page.
Dexter is 2A, is that right?
3A.
3A now? Okay, 3A. I looked ahead, and they're pretty solid. They're having
they actually did get a win against Lovington last year.
Yeah, and so it's going to be important if Lovington knocks off a 5A here to not let down and lose to Dexter Thursday. So Lovington with a couple of home games here. That going to hit the inside corner for call. Strike, yes. So 0-1 count. One out, one on. Top of the 7th. Carlsbad trailing by 4. There's another hot grounder. Corral gets it. Trying to turn the double play. Not in time, but nice work as they get the leadoff runner, and Corral doing a nice job handling that hot grounder. And so it's a 6-4 second out. And then Ortega reaches on the fielder's choice.
That is correct.
So 2 outs, a runner on first, and that brings Michaela Chester to the plate, designated player and hitter. Makes contact with that again at shortstop. Oh, Corral fields it and then makes the throw. Dunlap stretching for it. The ball gets by her, and so they're safe at first and third. And with 2 outs, Carlsbad has a spark. Lovington's got to work to get this 3rd out. Just don't worry about anything but the 3rd out. That becomes important.
So I think you're going to score that as an infield single. And then
an error
Ortega moved, it was E6 to move to 3rd.
Right, an error on the throw. So runners at the corners now with 2 outs. And Rentner to the plate. Oh, that hits her, and that's going to load the bases. As she turned into that was a ball that was inside, and she didn't jump back. She turned her shoulder into the ball that was coming across the inside corner. I always
take one for the team, and that puts the tying run at the plate.
I always, I hate that when it happens in baseball and softball. Sometimes
and they are supposed to make an effort to move out of the way.
Right.
That is entirely at the discretion of the
umpire. That's right.
As to whether they did or not.
So Rentner hit by pitch.
First hit batter on.
That's right.
On the Carlsbad side.
Or was that
ball one?
That was Chester.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chester hit by pitch. Yeah.
No, that was Petner.
No, that was Rentner.
Rentner.
That was Rentner. That's right, Rentner. Okay, hit by pitch.
And it's a 1-0 count to Nieto at the plate.
Right, Dacia Nieto. 1-0. Ooh, nice. Oof. All right, 1-1 count now.
Nieto 0 for 1, reached on an error back in the 6th.
Right.
Walked in the 1st, sack RBI in the 3rd.
Bases loaded, and that misses low and outside for ball number 2. 2-1 count, bases loaded here. Top of the 7th inning. Lovington up by 4. The potential tying run is at the plate right now in the form of Dacia Nieto. Reached on an E6 last time, sack RBI and a walk. Oh, and that misses. So 3-1 the count. As a pitcher, Quiroga, you just got to throw a strike. You just got to put it in the zone and trust what happens. You don't want to walk a run in. Although a 1 walk is better than maybe giving up 2 or 3 runs on a big hit. That's right. Pitching under pressure right there. That's like hitting a free throw with, with a game-tying point on the line. So count is full. 2 outs. Bases are loaded. Here we go. Quiroga misses high and away and walks a run in. As
second
Ortega,
RBI of the night for Nieto.
Yeah, Nieto with a walk RBI. And moves everybody else around. So bases still loaded. And 6-3 your score right now. But Lovington just needs to forget about that. All they need is 1 out to end this game. They need to concentrate on the out. Concentrate on the batter, on the out. Stay sharp. Don't get rattled. Keep your cool. Remember your basics. Just work the out. Work the out. That's all you've got. You've got some runs to give. They're up 6-3. You've got runs to give, but you don't want to lose your composure and let the wheels come off and let Carlsbad come back. And there's a miss outside. And as a pitcher, what you want to do is just find the zone. That's all you got to do. You got to throw strikes. You don't have to try to be tricky, and in this situation, you want to throw strikes. Yeah, you want to get the batter if you can, but you also want to just hit the zone. You don't want more walks, and you want to just trust your fielders. Find the zone, throw the strikes. Yes, inside corner for a call strike. That's going to be a 1-1 count on Reyes. Just find the zone, throw the strikes, and let the chips fall where they may. Oh, and there's a hit. Shallow center fielder coming in on it. Oh, no, it's dropped. And that's going to score 1-2. Yes. And safe at second. Oh, and here we go. So that was a shallow ball coming in on it. Ellis got on her horse and was running full out trying to dive for it and could not get that ball in time.
And so now the tying run 60 feet away.
That's right. Now it's 6-5. Again, 2 outs. You need 1 more out to end the game with a 1-run win. If you are Lovington, you got runners on 2nd and 3rd, though. And that's going to be a ball. So 1-0 count.
And give credit to Carlsbad. They are still out there fighting. Madrid 1 for 3 on the evening.
Runners at second and third here. 6-5 your score. Has become a nail biter here in the top of the 7th inning. And there we go. That ends the game. A nice little line drive shot to Ellis at second. So Madrid with a fly out to position 4 for the third out, and Lovington scores a 1-run win. 6-5 your final here. And we'll come back and do a quick wrap and get out as Lovington has gone to 5-4 with this win, knocking off 5A Carlsbad. And 6-5 your final right here at Wildcat. More Lady Cat softball, the wrap coming up on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZWR Facebook.
Listen up, Oil Patch. Aftermath Hot Oil Services is here for you. No matter what the conditions, they'll always do what it takes to get the job done. You want Aftermath on your location for hot oilers, back trucks, roustabouts, steam pressure washers, and back dragging. Just to name a few of the jobs they can do for you. These guys don't stop. Call Dominic at Aftermath Hot Oil Services, 575-200-4902 for service that never quits. 575-200-4902. Aftermath Hot Oil Services.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Lovington Municipal Schools welcomes everyone back. Students, faculty, staff, and parents. This year, show your Wildcat spirit by supporting Lovington students and their activities. While the students are working hard on their games and grades, Lovington schools are working hard for your students and parents. They have a great website full of helpful information to keep you up to date. Check out lovingtonschools.net and stay up to date with Lovington school activities and announcements. And go Cats!
And welcome back, Lady Cat softball. It was close. It was close. And at the very end, Carlsbad threatened to come back, but didn't have the juice to get it done as Lovington ends up winning 6-5. And they do that as Carlsbad put 5 runs across on 4 hits, and they left 7 on base. And
actually 5-6-3 and
okay, then you do it.
5-6-3-9.
Fine.
5 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors committed, and 9 runners left on base for the Cavegirls. For Lovington, they get 6 runs on 6 hits. They also commit 3 errors, and they leave 8 runners out on the base paths.
All right, so, and we had 2 pitchers for both teams as the starting pitchers were both replaced as Hernandez started for Lovington, Quiroga coming in relief, and it was Cook or Palma starting for Carlsbad, Bland coming in relief of that. And Lovington set at 6-4 for a lot of the game. They scored 2 in the first, 4 in the second, and just hung on as Carlsbad scored 1 in the first, 1 in the third, and 3 in the top of the 7th, and threatened, but Carlsbad coming up a little short. Lovington prevailing 6-5 and goes up to 5-4 on the season, and Carlsbad drops to 3 and they're actually 2-5 now on the season. So coming back on Thursday, we will be right back here at Lady Wildcat Field. It'll be Dexter coming to town, 3A Dexter, to challenge the Lady Cats, and we'll have that game starts at 7 o'clock. We'll have it for you again on Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, and Z94 KZWR Facebook. I'm Dawn Morgan. Thank you very much. DJ Miracle also along tonight running camera and color and stats, and we appreciate the fact that you're watching and listening to Lady Wildcat Softball. I'm Dawn Morgan saying so long, good evening, and we'll see you again Thursday.